you. Starving. Amazing sex always makes me hungry.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
What about you?
That's all right. No, I'll tell you what. I'll ask Alfred where he got it. Maybe he'll toast some up for us for breakfast tomorrow.
Sounds like you're asking me to spend the night.
Why not?
No, we don't need to make plans. You know, let's just see what happens moment to moment. And there's something to be said for spontaneity, right?
I can be spontaneous.
So you can imagine when Rebecca came here in January, it caused quite a stir.
Because of her resemblance to Wembley.
Because of the whole thing.
You don't care for Rebecca, do you?
It's not that, I just don't trust her. I mean, she didn't want anything to do with Nikolas, and now she wants everything to do. Oh, and I forgot to tell you about this. Emily had breast cancer, and then all of a sudden, Rebecca has this very conveniently timed breast cancer scare.
You think she faked it?
I don't know. The whole thing is just beyond coincidence. And it got even worse when Helena showed up 2 weeks later.
Helena Considine, and you're right, she does make interesting reading. I ran a check on her, too.
She's a witch.
With an extensive criminal record. And due to some clever legal maneuvers, she has immunity from prosecution. That being said, there is nothing to indicate whatsoever that your stepmother had anything to do or ever met Rebecca Shaw.
So I was only 11, but I got tired of sitting in the car waiting for my mom to come out of the store, right? So I took the spare key out of the glove box, and I decided that I was going to drive myself home.
At 11?
Yeah, hey, I'd watched other people drive, right? How hard could it be? And I knew that I was going to go really slow, which is exactly what I did, but I hadn't really figured out the reverse thing yet, so I drove up the curb and through the window of the store.
Did anyone get hurt?
No, luckily, no. But it was a long, long time before I'd done enough chores to pay off that one. Speaking of driving, I don't think I'm going to be driving myself anywhere tonight. I love this wine.
Yeah, it's good.
What is it?
It's my favorite. I'd be happy to give you a bottle from my cellar, if you like.
Oh, that's okay. There's a nice little liquor store right down the street from Kelly's. But they won't have it, will they?
No.
And if they did, it was probably going to cost me a week's salary, right?
Yeah, I have it sent from France. I'm glad you like it, though.
Can't imagine what it's like to be you. Are you happy?
At this moment, yes.
But not always. When it's just you out here with your staff and your past to keep you company. And now you don't even have your little boy.
He's safe. That's my top priority where my son is concerned.
And don't you feel cut off from the rest of the world?
It's by choice, mostly. So I'm not always comfortable with letting people in, you know.
Nikolas, I'll let you in on a little secret. I'm really good at climbing those walls. And I'm very careful once I get over the top.
So much for waiting.
You don't need to leave, and you need to learn how to knock.
The door was open, and it's a stables, Nikolas. I didn't expect to walk in here and see that. And by the way, I can tell you're a woman of your word. It was your idea to make the agreement, and you didn't keep it, did you?
Well, you win. Alexis, great. Good job. Look, I loved spending the day with you. I loved having sex with you. And I don't want another nasty fight with your weirdly territorial aunt, so I'm gonna go, okay? Call me later. Thank you.
Don't. I'm not interested in your opinion. I'm a grown man, and I don't regret what happened here tonight.
Okay, I can see that. Can I just ask one question? And please don't provide me with any details. Did you and Emily have sex in the stables? That's what I thought.
Yes. I made love to Emily in these stables, and on the beach, and on the bluffs, and probably every other room in this house. I had to avoid having sex with Rebecca wherever I'd been with Emily. I'd had to leave Port Charles.
I can't help notice that you make love with Emily, yet with Rebecca you have sex.
As long as I'm happy, why do you care?
Because I think she's lying to you. And I think it's going to go bad, and you're going to be devastated.
It's not going to go bad. I care about her. She's sweet, she's funny, she's surprising, she's all those
You
things.
said about Nadine. You cared about her, too, until Rebecca showed
I
up.
wasn't right with Nadine.
The only difference between Nadine and Rebecca is Emily's face. I want you to be happy. I do. But I don't think Rebecca is the way that you're going to get there. In fact, I think that she's going to hurt you. Or worse.
What are you doing here?
Well, I had to come back to see you, my dear. We have so much to discuss.
No, we don't.
Were you raised by wolves? Don't you know it's rude to turn your back when someone is addressing you?
I said I'm not interested in anything you have to say.
Well, it seems that I've underestimated you. No, I had assumed that you were just a ridiculous little ninny like that dreadful Emily. But you're a far more worthy adversary than I had imagined.
So what's that supposed to mean?
It means that Alexis was half right. You are working a scam, aren't you, my dear? Just not with me.